Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Disney just does not seem to be able to keep itself out of hot water and illegal trouble. And man, oh man, the Disney lawyers, boy, do they reach. We've heard that they are absolutely vicious, that they are absolutely very savage when it comes to dealing with them inside the lawyer. And of course, why wouldn't they be? They represent one of the largest corporations in history, truth be told, with the amount of wealth and resources that the Walt Disney Company has and has accumulated over the decades and decades that they've been in business. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I probably would say this is the most ridiculous and insane thing, an excuse I have ever heard for trying to dismiss a Disney lawsuit, because what happened was there was an individual that went to the parks, had an allergic reaction to some food, and passed away and did not end up making it. So, of course, they are now trying to bring a wrongful death lawsuit towards the Walt Disney Company for this one happening, and there's some details and it makes it very obvious as to why this is absolutely falls on the fault of Walt Disney Company. But I am no lawyer. There is no legal advice in here. I don't even have one of those fancy ones. If you want to figure out the actual legal aspect of this, I highly recommend a few of our different friends out there that do a really good job with this kind of stuff. And I am just coming here and reporting on the news and giving you my humble common nerd's opinion about how ridiculous and stupid this is. And that if any judge does not immediately throw this ridiculous motion out, then they probably end up needing to be replaced. But that's a different story for a different conversation and a different day. So today, we're going to check out this article from Hollywood Reporter, give you all of the juicy details, give you my humble common nerd's opinion on the entire situation, and also make sure you leave us a comment in the section down below whether you know what you think of this, whether you think this is absolutely ridiculous, do you think Disney's just trying to pull at straws, or do you think they have a legitimate legal argument to be made? But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we're inching closer and closer to 1,200, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Who knows, by the time that you see this video, we might even already be over that. So Disney argues wrongful death suit should be tossed because plaintiffs signed up for a Disney Plus trial. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for any of you out there who have ever signed up for a Disney Plus trial, or for any of you out there that maybe got one with your subscription to something else, Disney is now going to try to argue that by signing up for a free membership trial, that enough is able to waiver them of any kind of responsibility for what has happened here. That is absolutely insane. And any judge that thinks a Disney Plus subscription agreement, that's fine print that nobody reads when they do that kind of stuff, except for the hardcore people out there, if that actually applies to your experience inside of the Disney park, that is a precedent I don't think any judge wants to be responsible for setting. So Disney is asking a Florida court to dismiss a lawsuit brought by the family of a 42-year-old New York doctor who claimed they had a fatal allergic reaction after eating at an Irish pub in Disney Springs in October. And that's the big thing with all of this. They are trying to get it to be nothing more, not make it to where they can have this dismissed, so that way it doesn't actually have to open any kind of exculpatory stuff. They don't actually have to see it. Hello. Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'll be here. Okay, cool. That sounds good, my friend. I'll be here. Right. All right. Let's get this done real quick. So does signing up for Disney's popular streaming service mean you have to agree to never sue the entertainment giant over anything forever? Come on, guys. There is not a reasonable person on the planet that would think this was possible. This is what Disney argues in a wrongful death lawsuit involving a 42-year-old New York doctor whose family claims had a fatal allergic reaction after eating at an Irish pub in a Disney Springs in October. That is absolutely insane. A trial subscription? I'd imagine this court case, once finally settled, is going to set a precedent about something that they can no longer do this, and certainly cannot allow this kind of insanity. Disney is asking a Florida case to dismiss the lawsuit brought against it by Jeffrey Piccolo, the husband of Kanakorn Tungskunsi, a family medicine specialist with the New York U Longon's office in Carl Place on Long Island. Now, I'm not an expert on any names out there, but is this a gay married couple? Or am I just getting those names completely and totally wrong? But it's Jeffrey Piccolo, the husband of Kanakorn Tungskunsi. I don't know. Holy cow, that is insane. That makes it even worse on Disney. They're trying to fight a gay married couple in a wrongful death lawsuit. Woohoo! The PR is going to be bad on this one. The company argues that Piccolo had agreed to settle any lawsuit against Disney out of court through arbitration process when he signed up for a 1-month trial of Disney Plus in 2019 and acknowledged that he had reviewed the fine print. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is there a single person out there, one of you that actually reads that all the way to the bottom? Let me know in the comment section down below. The terms of use, which were provided with the subscriber agreement, including a binding arbitration clause. The company wrote in its motion, the first page of the subscriber agreement states in all capital letters that any dispute between you and us, except for small claims, is subject to a class action waiver and must be resolved by individual binding arbitration. How they think this is going to apply to their parks and not just their streaming service is absolutely insane. They are really reaching here. Disney also notes in its response that Piccolo agreed to any similar arbitration provisions when he created an account on Disney's website and app ahead of the ill-fated theme park visit. Now that is a slight more argument to be made there. But in the end of the day, to have this kind of thing hold up in court is absolutely insane, especially when you find out how responsible Disney employees are for this. But Piccolo's lawyer, in a response filed earlier this month, argued that it was absurd to believe that more than 150 million subscribers to Disney Plus have waived all rights to sue the company and its affiliates in perpetuity. And even if their case has nothing to do with the popular streaming service. He's right. That is absolutely mind-boggling. That is absolutely insane. So that means if Disney Disney for their own reasons out there literally causes the death or dismemberment of one of your family members out there, even though you've never been to a Disney park before, just by signing up for Disney Plus, that's insane. The notion that terms agreed by a consumer when creating a Disney Plus free trial account would forever bar that consumer's right to a jury trial in a dispute with any Disney affiliate or subsidiary is so outrageously unreasonable and unfair as to shock the judicial conscience. And this court should not enforce such agreement. And I completely and totally 100% agree. This is just common sense. This is absolutely insane. And for the fact that they try to slip this in to something where you literally just check a box that says, I agree and I've read this, and then get to move on with your life, that is absolutely insane that something like that can hold up in court. Disney in its May 31st filing argued that whether Piccolo actually reviewed the service terms is immaterial. It's also noted the arbitration provision covers all disputes, including disputes involving the Walt Disney Company or its affiliates. Arbitration allows people to settle disputes without going to court, yada, yada, yada. It also makes it to where there's not as much fanfare because it doesn't end up as a jury trial. It makes it to where Disney can save face because a lot of time these arbitration agreements are made it to where no one can say anything about what happened in arbitration or what the settlement was afterwards, essentially keeping Disney out of the headlines. That's the only reason they actually put this stuff in there. So Disney said late Wednesday it's deeply saddened the company's stance as litigation doesn't affect the plaintiff's claims against its eatery. It added, we're merely defending ourselves against the plaintiff's attorney attempt to include us in their lawsuit against the restaurant. Oh, it's your restaurant on your park, licensed and outlet by you. And that's right, you're not responsible. Give me a break. Raglan Dawn, the Irish pub in Disney Springs where Tenzin dined, didn't respond to an email seeking comment from Wednesday. That's the smart move. You don't comment on pending legal litigation in general. Disney Springs is owned by Disney, which leases some of the spaces to outdoor dining, shopping, and entertainment complex to other companies. So they lease it out to somebody else. So I guess they don't have direct oversight. Boy, isn't that convenient, isn't it, Disney? Guess what? It's still on your parks. Piccolo's lawsuit, which was filed in February, claims that it was his wife. His wife and his mother decided to eat at Raglan Rad on October 5th, 2023, because it was billed as Disney's website as having allergen-free food. On Disney's website, Disney advertised this as something that was allergen-free and was safe for people with severe allergies to consume. Now that adds a different thing to things, doesn't it? Also informing their server numerous times that she had a severe allergy to nuts and dairy products. Tangerina ordered the vegan fritter, scallops, onion rings, and a vegan shepherd's pie. I mean, vegan should be minus dairy products to begin with, right? No cows, none of that kind of stuff in there. The waiter then guaranteed that the food was allergen-free, even though some of the items were not served with allergen-free flags, the lawsuit states. And I'm not going to put this on a waiter. Somebody that's stressed out and overdone a job, you're going to tell your customers anything to get them to shut up. But at the exact same time, when you're dealing with a very dangerous food allergy, you should be more conscientious of that as a server and as a waiter. About 45 minutes after finishing their dinner, Tanzania had difficulty breathing while out shopping, collapsed, and eventually died at the hospital, despite self-administration of an EpiPen during the allergic reaction, according to the lawsuit. A medical examiner investigation determined that later she died as a result of anaphylaxis due to elevated levels of dairy and nut in her system. Not just one, but both of them. Dairy and nuts. Not just one, but both. Literally, they were told over and over again, this is an allergen-free, safe place that you can have foods and not have to worry about it. Advertised on Disney's website, boys and girls. On October 2nd, a hearing has been scheduled on Disney's motion in the county court in Orlando. Piccolo seeks more than $550,000 in his lawsuit. That's it? $50,000 for the mother of your children? I think I'd be asking for a little bit more, but I guess that's one of the reasons why to go to a jury trial and all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, boys and girls, there's a lot of legal jargon in here that I'm not completely and totally relevant on. I'm not no expert in the law by any means, but it's one of them situations where from just a common sense perspective, if this is literally the argument that Disney is trying to make, that they have no responsibility whatsoever or their subsidies. See, that's the other thing too. If they're leasing this out, wouldn't you consider that as an attachment to Disney? So Disney's not trying to just defend themselves. It also sounds like they're defending the restaurant. And like I said, this is advertised on Disney's website. So if nothing else, false advertising. We'll see what happens, boys and girls. But at the end of the day, Disney just gets exactly what it deserves. And hopefully a judge will have some common sense when it comes to all of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen.